Typically, runners who experience shin splints have overused the stabilizing muscles of the ankle as well as the dorsiflexion of the foot. The space between the tibia and the fibula has a sheath wrapped around it called the periosteum. This sheath oftentimes is rubbed raw, creating inflammation and tension on the shin bone. The muscles lining the anterior portion of the shin is the tibialis anterior, extensor digitorum longus, and extensor hallucis longus. Sitting on a chair in a figure 4 position, locate the edge of the tibia near the thick muscle tissue. To find the tissue we're working on, push the fingers to the edge of the tibia and drop directly into the muscle tissue. Then squeeze into the bone. Move up and down the shin vigorously. After 30 to 40 seconds working in that position, we will work the opposite side of the tibia with the thumbs. Press the fingers into the soft tissue on the opposite side of the shin. Drag the thumbs up and down vigorously for 30 to 40 seconds. Ensure you work all the way from the top to the bottom of the shin. If your fingers have a hard time tolerating the pressure, you can utilize a lacrosse ball. Holding the lacrosse ball cupped in your hand, press into the muscle tissue directly beside the tibia, working your way all the way from the top of the tibia down towards the ankle. Remember to use strong pressure directly near the bone. On the inside of the tibia. Here, you can use pressure from your palm pressing into the muscle tissue while your other hand cups the ball, allowing you to create the up and down motion. Another way to work the anterior tibialis is by sitting sideways on a foam roller and leaning forward, putting pressure down into the foam roller. Obviously, this takes some balance and coordination in order to keep the pressure on the foam roller. In this position, flex the foot and relax, making sure you squeeze the anterior tibialis. Once complete with the foam roller, in the same position, utilize the lacrosse ball, creating a more pinpointed pressure on the muscle. Work your way up and down the muscle tissue right beside the shin. Typically, runners who experience shin splints have overused the stabilizing muscles of the ankle as well as the dorsiflexion of the foot. The space between the tibia and the fibula has a sheath wrapped around it called the periosteum. This sheath oftentimes is rubbed raw, creating inflammation and tension on the shin bone. The muscles lining the anterior portion of the shin is the tibialis anterior, extensor digitorum longus, and extensor hallucis longus. Sitting on a chair in a figure 4 position, locate the edge of the tibia near the thick muscle tissue. To find the tissue we're working on, push the fingers to the edge of the tibia and drop directly into the muscle tissue. Then squeeze into the bone. Move up and down the shin vigorously. After 30 to 40 seconds working in that position, we will work the opposite side of the tibia with the thumbs. Press the fingers into the soft tissue on the opposite side of the shin. Drag the thumbs up and down vigorously for 30 to 40 seconds. Ensure you work all the way from the top to the bottom of the shin. If your fingers have a hard time tolerating the pressure, you can utilize a lacrosse ball. Holding the lacrosse ball cupped in your hand, press into the muscle tissue directly beside the tibia, working your way all the way from the top of the tibia down towards the ankle. Remember to use strong pressure directly near the bone. Continue the same kind of work on the inside portion of the tibia. Here, you can use pressure from your palm pressing into the muscle tissue, while your other hand cups the ball, allowing you to create the up and down motion. Another way to work the anterior tibialis is by sitting sideways on a foam roller and leaning forward, putting pressure down into the foam roller. Obviously, this takes some balance and coordination in order to keep the pressure on the foam roller. In this position, flex the foot and relax, making sure you squeeze the anterior tibialis. Once complete with the foam roller, in the same position, utilize the lacrosse ball, creating a more pinpointed pressure on the muscle. Work your way up and down the muscle tissue right beside the shin. Typically, runners who experience shin splints have overused the stabilizing muscles of the ankle as well as the dorsiflexion of the foot. The space between the tibia and the fibula has a sheath wrapped around it called the periosteum. This sheath oftentimes is rubbed raw, creating inflammation and tension on the shin bone. The muscles lining the anterior portion of the shin is the tibialis anterior, extensor digitorum longus, and extensor hallucis longus. Sitting on a chair in a figure 4 position, locate the edge of the tibia near the thick muscle tissue. To find the tissue we're working on, push the fingers to the edge of the tibia and drop directly into the muscle tissue. Then squeeze into the bone. Move up and down the shin vigorously. After 30 to 40 seconds working in that position, we will work the opposite side of the tibia with the thumbs. Press the fingers into the soft tissue on the opposite side of the shin. Drag the thumbs up and down vigorously for 30 to 40 seconds. Ensure you work all the way from the top to the bottom of the shin. If your fingers have a hard time tolerating the pressure, you can utilize a lacrosse ball. Holding the lacrosse ball cupped in your hand, press into the muscle tissue directly beside the tibia, working your way all the way from the top of the tibia down towards the ankle. Remember to use strong pressure directly near the bone. Continue the same kind of work on the inside portion of the tibia. Here, you can use pressure from your palm pressing into the muscle tissue, while your other hand cups the ball, allowing you to create the up and down motion. Another way to work the anterior tibialis is by sitting sideways on a foam roller and leaning forward, putting pressure down into the foam roller. Obviously, this takes some balance and coordination in order to keep the pressure on the foam roller. In this position, flex the foot and relax, making sure you squeeze the anterior tibialis. Once complete with the foam roller, in the same position, utilize the lacrosse ball, creating a more pinpointed pressure on the muscle. Work your way up and down the muscle tissue right beside the shin.
All right, we're going to get started here. So you guys pretty much look ready. That's awesome. For those of you at home, thank you so much for joining. We are going to do a total body workout today, so we're excited to partner with you to help you move well and live well. So we will get to that in just a minute. First, we always start with our I dedicates. This little banner across the top will stay here throughout the duration of the workout. These are individuals that we are praying for. So we pray for Lori's mom, who's doing dialysis 3 times a week. Ethan has stage 4 liver and bile duct cancer. My friend's wife with breast cancer. Kira is recovering yet from a lymphatic surgery and radiation. And then her dad, Jim, is in a decline from pancreatic cancer. So continuing to pray for them. And Braylee is a young girl, about 10 years old. She's had 15. This will be her 15th surgery, so pray for her and her family as she continues to go through that. But that's our dedication. If you happen to have something that you would want dedicated, more individuals praying with and partnering with you in that prayer and supplication, let us know. We would love for you to comment down below. We'll put that up on our board and share with others as well. Now, our verse of the day, but I say to you that everyone who is angry with his brother will be liable to judgment. Whoever insults his brother will be liable to the council, and whoever says, you fool, will be liable to the hell of fire. Wow, that's a tough one. Matthew 5:22. So this is right at the Beatitudes portion of Matthew, and so there is a harsh reality, and I think this just always reverts right back to judgment, that we have no place to judge. We have no place to hold that anger in our own hearts for things that have happened in our lives, but rather we turn that over and act counterculturally. It's easy in the world to act out in anger because the world expects anger. What the world doesn't expect is generosity and kindness during times when we're angry with someone, right? It's countercultural. It's counterintuitive even to ourselves, but we want to be, that light in the world that completely changes and transforms other people's lives. Okay? To get started, you're going to need some different tools to get through your workout, depending on who you're following for your exercises. So these are those tools. Then we'll get started with our warm-up.
Get ready.
So remember, start by connecting that brain to the muscle tissue. Shoulders should be rolling with those arms. Feel the different positions, going backwards, going forwards, working through it. Okay, our total body day is going to consist of 4 rounds. Each exercise is 40 seconds, and there are 6 total exercises. Okay, so we're going to be doing 6 exercises, 4 separate times. You get a minute break in between and 15 seconds between each transition. Okay, so it does move kind of quick, especially because we're doing compound movements. That just means we're moving our legs with our upper body. So make sure you do your best to think through the butt, the belly, and the bra strap, getting contraction where we need it. Okay, internal external rotation again. Go through that shoulder position, pull those shoulders way back, roll them forward. Okay, we want to make sure we feel the muscle tissue working through the back side, especially. That's going to be what holds us anytime we pull, sit, stand, all those movements, right? Okay, so start in on the march. Again, get the butt cheeks tight. Okay, start thinking about how you create that tension. Core compressed, shoulders in place, and lifting that down, right? Just be aware of those movements. Be aware of those movements. Do your best through them.
All right. Sounds good.
Really happy. Lauren is still doing really well. No migraine issues whatsoever. Running hard, doing well. So we are very thankful for that. And then she had found out on Mondays, I don't know if I had told you guys, but Monday she ran Algona.
No.
And she looked really good, was running awesome. She ran a 16:42 2 mile. race, and she had a negative split, which means her first mile was actually slower than her second. So she ran her second half faster. So she ran it in like 8:38 or something like that for her first mile, and her second mile was an 8:04. So she was super excited for that. The coach always buys me coffee. But then we looked up her old score from last year, her old time, and it was like 19:30. So she was almost 3 minutes faster this year. Yeah, so that was really exciting for her. All right, good hip flexor stretches as we go here. Remember, you're just doing your best. Get warmed up. But always, 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 right? Rethink, connecting the brain to the butt, the belly, and not pinching the bra strap. Feeling, okay? Making sure your muscles are working and engaged, ready to go. Right? I'll let you know when we get into our workout here. You can kind of use round one as a continuation of warm-ups, right? Move slow, but make sure you're really thinking through
3,
how do I create
2,
movements.
1.
Okay?
Get ready for row squats.
And there should really be only 3 things that you think about continually through those movements, right? Squeezing your butt, squeezing your belly, squeezing that bra strap.
3,
Right? Tight.
2, 1. Row squats.
A good firm compression all the way through, right? That belly should be holding tight, compressing. Right? When we drive up from a squat, we're trying to squeeze those butt cheeks tight. You're leaning against the wall, kind of like Jenny or myself.
That's halfway.
Right? You're pressing into the floor. You're not passively falling down. You're actively pushing down. Okay, push. Squeeze those cheeks. Get up nice and tall, shoulders down and back. Right? We're working through creating movement through range of motion.
3, 2,
Good
1.
compression.
Transition to chest press lunge.
Awesome. All right, chest press lunge. The floating head all over the place.
3, 2,
Remember,
1.
we are trying to
Chest press lunge.
compress the core through the movement. It's really easy to forget that, right? So think actively, compress prior to creating your movement. Right? Then shoulders down, out of the ears, create your push.
That's halfway.
Good. Anytime we lunge, if you need to stay 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and just lunge on one side and then switch when you get through it, that's fine. Right? Just doing your best. Again, connecting your brain to the movement. You don't want,
3,
zero thought through our movement.
1.
You want
Transition
intentional
to
thought
hammer curl good
through
mornings.
movement. Hammer curl good mornings. And as always,
3,
stay tall
2, 1.
through your spine.
Hammer curl good mornings.
Okay, you're not just reaching for the floor, bending your back. You want that back to stay nice and straight. Stick your butt out, stand tall, hold those shoulders down and back while you squeeze up. Okay? Good tight squeezes. If you don't have a band or any sort of resistance, you can always do one hand on top of the other.
That's
and then
halfway.
switch at the halfway point. Right? By one hand on top of the other, I mean you're actually pushing and pulling. Right? One's going down, the other's coming up, and then meet in the middle and fight. Fight, fight, fight. Okay? Staying tall. We don't want to adjust our shoulders thinking we're
3,
getting more out of it.
2,
Okay?
1. Transition to step
Good.
up overhead press.
Step up overhead press. So as you push, right, we're trying to keep the shoulders out of the ears. Okay?
3,
Little gap there.
2,
Don't want to go
1.
up with it.
Step up overhead press.
Nice and tall and tight. Core, core, core. Firm compression all the way through. Again, doing your best.
That's halfway.
Good. Reaching up. Core is tight, 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 all the way through.
Three, two, one. Transition to Trisa press down step back lunge.
Okay, tricep press down, step back lunge again, as tall as you can be.
Two,
Not fall
one.
over
Trisa
when
press
you
down
lunge.
step back
Want you to
lunge.
stay tall through the spine. Again, we're trying to enhance our spine health by creating musculature that can hold that into an appropriate alignment. Because remember, if a spine has weakness or weak muscles, it will begin to shape itself. We need to
That's
pull
halfway.
tight and build strength in the muscle tissue that holds your spine where it should be. Okay? And those muscles include what hinge the shoulders down and back, and also what compresses the core. Right, your midsection is very important in creating that pressure.
3, 2, 1. Transition to hamstring curl pull aparts.
Okay, hamstring curl pull aparts. Last one of round 1. Okay. So if you were using it as just
Three,
a warm up,
2,
fantastic.
1.
Make sure you get
Hamstring
each
curl
component
pull
down.
aparts.
Right, we move quick through these. It's meant to be a kind of a speed round. So with time, as we get into rounds 2, 3, and 4, you should be trying to increase your output. Okay, how much work or effort are you putting in? Okay, so finish strong here. Again, tall, tight. Core
That's halfway.
compressed. There we go. Good. Awesome work. Again, no matter what, shoulders out of the ears. Trying to
Three,
force the lats
2,
to work.
1.
Pull those shoulders down.
Long rest.
Awesome. Okay, long rest. Go ahead and get a drink. Long rest means 1 minute. You at a timer will go off 3, 2, 1 at 45 seconds. That gives you 15 seconds to jump back into your exercises. Okay? So make sure you stay in the movement. Okay? You want to really be connecting from the brain to your output. What do I want it to look like? Right? Make it work. Make it work.
Three, 2, 1. Get ready for row squats.
All right, getting ready. Here we go. Remember,
3,
stay tall
2,
and tight.
1. Row squats.
Speaking of, did you guys hear that Noah's sister was the homecoming queen?
Yeah, I saw that in the paper.
Yeah,
I saw
Sarah got it. That was really cool. Good. Okay, tall, tight, tall, tight. Core compress, shoulders down and back. If you're watching right now, we just do life here. I don't put on a show
That's
for
halfway.
you. But yes, we do want to pay attention to what we're doing. We do want to keep our core tight, butt squeezing, shoulders down and back. Okay? Drive up. Okay? Forcing the muscles to work. It's
3,
not a passive
2,
movement.
1. Transition to chest press lunge.
Chest press lunge again on your lunges. If you need 1 foot forward and stay there, that's fine. Go down and
3,
up. Switch
2,
halfway through.
1. Chest press lunge.
Good squeeze. Tight compression. Firm all the way through.
That's halfway.
We went to the park. I don't know, that could be a football practice.
Good. Tall, tight, tall, tight. Keep compressing all the way
3,
through.
2,
Hold firm.
1. Transition to hammer curl. Good mornings.
Okay, hammer curl, good mornings.
3,
And
2,
all
1.
through the spine.
Hammer curl. Good mornings.
And don't want you just folding over and putting a big amount of pressure on your spine as it dips. If you haven't noticed already in life, if you're not thinking about your movement, you end up here anyway. Right? So we have to think about that movement, how to get into that tall
That's halfway.
posture. The only way we do it is thinking. Mhm.
3, 2, 1. Transition to step up overhead press.
Oh,
3,
yeah.
2,
Daryl needs that.
1. Step up overhead press.
Okay, step up overhead press again as you step up. So whether you're using stairs to step onto or you're just doing a leg lift, either way, you're thinking through the hips. How do I compress the penny, right? Make the butt cheeks get tight as you create that push. Control through the movement.
That's halfway.
Doing your absolute best. Press firm, tall and tight, tall and tight.
3, 2, 1. Transition to tricep press down step back lunge.
All right, tricep press down, step back lunge. As always with lunges, if you need to go 1 foot forward and then switch halfway, that's fine.
3, 2, 1. Tricep press down step back lunge.
Make sure you stay tall. I do not want you folding over as you go down. The chest or the shoulders should stay right over the hips through your lunge. Okay, I'm not leaning forward to do this. Try to stay tall.
That's
all
halfway.
the way. Okay, again, your best through it. That's what we want, your best. Continue to compress that core. Pinch those butt cheeks to come up tall. Squeeze nice
3,
and firm.
2, 1. Transition
Awesome.
to hamstring curl pull aparts.
All right, hamstring curl pull aparts.
Three, 2, 1. Hamstring curl pull aparts.
Again, stay nice and tall, keeping those shoulder blades down and back, core compressed really firm. Squeeze, 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 nice and tight. Good,
That's
good,
halfway.
good. Press that core, shoulder blades down and back. Firm squeeze. Your best. And pull those heels, driving that foam roller like you're trying to explode it.
2, 1.
Awesome.
Long rest.
Very good work. 2 down. 2 to go. Okay, so we're already halfway. Remember, you have to think about, right? Connect right now. What am I going to do for the next round? What is it going to look like? How many repetitions am I going to do? What's the resistance going to feel like? Make it difficult. Am I going to do just neurological training, trying to connect the brain to the movement, and I move really slow? Whatever it is for you that's a challenge, think about it and apply it this round.
Three, 2, 1. Get ready for row squats. 3, 2, 1. Row squats.
And here we go. Good core compression, tall and tight. Again, no matter what, you're pushing through your feet. You're trying to drive using those butt cheeks, right? That's hip extension comes from the glutes. And a lot of times we just don't use those. So again, rip the floor apart. That's going to be a big part of getting that external rotation engaged, glutes active, and then pinch that butt cheek like you're trying to pinch a penny. Squish it flat, okay? Best thing I can use to show you
2,
is literally a flattened penny.
Transition to chest press lunge.
Okay? Chest press lunge. Rotate around.
3, 2, 1. Chest press
Just
lunge.
You can talk all you want. I'm gonna keep you moving to the next one. Good. Again, stay tall. Do not fold forward. I want you to be upright. And the reason we're upright is because the core and the shoulders are holding us there.
That's halfway.
Squeeze tight. I totally understand knee pain through these movements. Right, so I change mine a little bit just to make sure that I've got some stability in my knee where I'm lacking stability. So for you, you might have to change it just a hair to make sure you can
2,
get through it.
1. Transition to hammer curl good mornings.
Okay. Hammer curl good mornings. Again, do not lose your spine in this process.
3,
Still
2,
there.
1. Hammer curl good mornings.
Raise it. Stay tall. Okay. One of the things I want you to think, especially the head and neck, is don't go for a forward protrusion. Hold the chin kind of into your throat. Okay, so you're not necessarily looking down, but you're just gliding that back.
That's
Try to
halfway.
get a nice straight spine there. Hold it, and then squeeze up. Okay. Again, penny between the cheeks. Pinch the bra strap like you're trying to unclip it with the shoulder blades. Hold tight. Core compressed. One of the best activators, a
3,
good old belly whack.
2,
Oh!
1. Transition to step up overhead press.
Step up overhead press means as you push, make sure your butt
3,
cheeks
2,
tight.
1. Step up overhead press.
And here we go. Good presses overhead. Again, drop the shoulders. Pretty easy on these to try to move through the shoulders first to create our movement. That's not what we want. Hold those down and back. Then create the movement. Okay. Working through again that shoulder
That's
range of
halfway.
motion, making sure we're not compensating by flexing or extending our back. You don't want to go into a huge extension there, creating compression on the vertebrae in a bad way. Right? That's why we protect the spine. That's a central
3,
line of communication, right? From
1.
the brain down.
Transition to Trisa press down step back lunge.
That's why it's a central nervous system. It's because it is the center of your communication. So if it can't come out of that the right
3,
way,
2, 1. Tricep press down step back lunge.
we will end up with problems. So think about each vertebrae's got just enough gap to let the nerve come out of that central column. Immediately, that's met by muscular adhesions, and the vertebrae are pulled out of alignment and creating some sort of compression on the nerve. That is a problem because now it can't even send the nerve to where it's supposed to go. So the very first thing we have to do is get those vertebrae stable, right? In an open environment, communication can go where it's supposed to go.
3, 2,
Huge importance.
1. Transition to hamstring curl pull
Awesome.
aparts.
Look at that, round 3 is almost done. One more to go. Okay, do your best. to finish strong, right? I want those heels pulling hard,
3,
bend those knees,
2,
pull through those hamstrings. With all the
Hamstring
might
curl
that
pull
you've got.
apart.
Tight core, good compression. Boat cleaning. Oh yeah, I know all about that one.
That's halfway.
And so you know your most dangerous task, right? Climbing the ladder. Make sure you have a stable place for that.
3, 2, 1. Long rest.
Oh goodness, Lois.
See how that goes. And it's for sale. Anybody looking for a good boat? With 2 passengers?
Oh,
Deck boat. Yeah. It was so quiet. The lake was so calm. It was so beautiful. One of the best boating days.
oh yeah.
Oh, that was fun. And
Skim
you're pulling
right
it
over.
out, and you had to pull it out.
Sounds about right.
Maybe to the
One more round
So do 55.
on open water.
Yeah, that's fun.
3,
Across.
2,
Okay,
1.
here we
Get
go.
ready for row squats.
Yeah, I don't know that you guys can afford for me to buy it.
3, 2, 1.
I've
Row
got about,
squats.
I don't know, $20 I can put towards it. Oh no, this is a one-time payment option. Oh, that's a no then? Shoot. Sure can. Good, good, good. Tall,
That's
tight,
halfway.
core compressed. Squeeze up. Awesome work.
3, 2, 1. Transition to
What's the
chest
same
press
for a
lunge.
pontoon? Is it that boat or is it a different lift? Okay. Well, then my in-laws are probably out. They just got a brand new lift. But they have
3, 2, 1. Chest press lunge.
Lifted the boat up and smashed
Oh,
it.
that's right. Yes.
So it still works. I mean, the boat's fine as far as mechanic goes. She's not scratching and things on the walls. But my mother-in-law was, yeah, I think we should get a new one. But they did not make that call yet, so.
Yes.
That's halfway.
You know, I always figure for, you know, the 2 times I think I would really love to go out on the water, I'll just rent it from the guys up the street. You know, for 4-8 hours, that's about all we would do anyway.
3,
4 hours.
2,
Then
1.
it makes it fun at least.
Transition to hammer curl good mornings.
You don't have to put it in, pull it out, do all the work, maintenance and cleaning, and it's just different.
3, 2, 1. Hammer curl good mornings.
Good squeezes.
So none of them came this year. And the 2 young ones, they're not interested. They like to play in the water. They like to come jump in the lake.
That's halfway.
The county is almost
3, 2,
Good
1.
work.
Transition to step up overhead press.
Awesome. Okay, step up overhead press. Make sure you stay nice and tall through the movement. Core compressed. Use those butt cheeks.
3,
Do not
2,
settle
1. Step
into
up
the
overhead
movement
press.
just for the sake of the movement. Right? Be actively thinking and engaging. Core compressed. Fight against that belly whack. Squeeze those butt cheeks. Hold tight all the way through. You can do it. Good squeezes. Just push overhead again. Keep
That's
the shoulders
halfway.
out of your ears. You don't want to lead your overhead push by lifting the shoulders. Now you want to keep the shoulders down and create your push. Okay? Good tight squeeze. We're almost done. Finish it out.
3, 2, 1. Transition to tricep press down step back lunge.
Good. Okay, tricep press down, step back lunge. Through your lunge, make sure you stay tall. Do not fold over.
3,
Stay tall.
2, 1. Tricep press down step back lunge.
Good, good, good. And tall and tight, tall and tight. Core is compressed, holding firm. Shoulders are drawn down and back.
That's halfway.
Firm compression all the way through. Good work. Awesome. Tight squeeze. Core compressed.
3, 2, 1.
Awesome.
Transition to hamstring curl pull aparts.
Good. Last one of the day. Do your absolute best. Bend those knees hard. Explode a foam roller for me. I want to see it happen.
3, 2, 1. Hamstring curl pull aparts.
Good, good, good. Okay, we're not going to cheat and use M80s in there. I want just your pull to be hard, right? Take that foam, blow it up. We're thinking on this one just like a
That's
recliner.
halfway.
If you got the footstool up, you're going to pop that footstool down. You have to bend the knees. Pull hard. Drive those heels. All the way through. We're almost done, ladies. Almost done. Do not quit. Go all the way through the countdown.
3, 2, 1. Way to be rock stars.
Awesome. Very, very good work. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, we are here Monday through Friday to try to help you move well and live well. If you have not yet, please click the little red button right down here that says subscribe. That's going to help you find the channel easier so you can implement better body movement into your everyday routine. Okay, we are here for you to help you. If you have questions, leave a comment down below. This is training that I've been doing for several years and helping change lives. So we want to do that for you. We can do that better when you ask questions, when you get engaged, when you really try to see how we can make these apply in your daily life, okay? Have an absolutely fantastic weekend. I will see you again on Monday for our core day. Again, I am here to help you move well so you live well.
Typically, runners who experience shin splints have overused the stabilizing muscles of the ankle as well as the dorsiflexion of the foot. The space between the tibia and the fibula has a sheath wrapped around it called the periosteum. This sheath oftentimes is rubbed raw, creating inflammation and tension on the shin bone. The muscles lining the anterior portion of the shin is the tibialis anterior, extensor digitorum longus, and extensor hallucis longus. Sitting on a chair in a figure 4 position, locate the edge of the tibia near the thick muscle tissue. To find the tissue we're working on, push the fingers to the edge of the tibia and drop directly into the muscle tissue. Then squeeze into the bone. Move up and down the shin vigorously. After 30 to 40 seconds working in that position, we will work the opposite side of the tibia with the thumbs. Press the fingers into the soft tissue on the opposite side of the shin. Drag the thumbs up and down vigorously for 30 to 40 seconds. Ensure you work all the way from the top to the bottom of the shin. If your fingers have a hard time tolerating the pressure, you can utilize a lacrosse ball. Holding the lacrosse ball cupped in your hand, press into the muscle tissue directly beside the tibia, working your way all the way from the top of the tibia down towards the ankle. Remember to use strong pressure directly near the bone. Continue the same kind of work on the inside portion of the tibia. Here, you can use pressure from your palm pressing into the muscle tissue, while your other hand cups the ball, allowing you to create the up and down motion. Another way to work the anterior tibialis is by sitting sideways on a foam roller and leaning forward, putting pressure down into the foam roller. Obviously, this takes some balance and coordination in order to keep the pressure on the foam roller. In this position, flex the foot and relax, making sure you squeeze the anterior tibialis. Once complete with the foam roller, in the same position, utilize the lacrosse ball, creating a more pinpointed pressure on the muscle. Work your way up and down the muscle tissue right beside the shin.